You stand for.
Oh, man.
I will kick your goddamn ass. You ain't nothing but a punk bitch. Fuck you and every goddamn thing you stand for.
Bro, who invited this dude, bro? What the fuck?
So, bye.
I'd rather watch softcore porn than have to watch y'all that.
Dude, whatever you're smoking, buy a ton of it.
I'm the great smack talking on the fucking face of the earth right now.
Damn, it makes me look like I got owned or something.
It's not clever. It's not interesting. It's not even funny.
You guys can't coach, to be honest with you. It's the high school coach.
Yeah, go ahead, Unabomber. What the fuck are you saying about the SEC, bro?
Well, this is smacking off. If you don't like it, change your diaper and leave.
You should be thanking me that I'm talking about Tennessee. You
Boomer motherfucking Sooner.
USC is far better than Oklahoma historically.
Your meatloaf is moist as my pussy can. I promise you that.
Don't be ridiculous right now, okay?
Fuck you, Freeze.
Please welcome our guest referee, Landon Beeman.
Bro, who invited this dude?
You know what, motherfucker?
It's just like football, man. Your own fan base is shaming you.
And welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with Doug Phillips. Doug, what's up?
Not much. What's going on?
Doing the thing. You just came back from Disney World.
I did, and I investigated thoroughly, and I cannot find a Disney conspiracy to control college football. I looked everywhere.
You know, they control ESPN, and ESPN's got
I realized that, but I mean, you could find nothing football.
Collusion.
There was nothing football in that park, in any of the parks.
You know, that's as much money as college football is making Disney right now. You figured they would have something going on, like a college football the ride. That'd be fucking awesome.
They do have the,
Tim Tebow would be a part of that.
They've got an ESPN attraction there. It's not part of the parks. You have to pay extra to go there. It's
What?
Like the wide world of sports, ESPN or some shit like that.
Was it like the old school, like ABC Wild World of Sports, where they used to show like bowling and shit? Used to watch that. We all watched that when we were kids.
I think they make.
It was the only thing on then.
They make something there that goes on ESPN, and you get to watch it in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you remember like Nickelodeon when they used to dump. Yeah. I seen that.
Double Dare.
I seen that shit at Universal.
I was a big fan of the early Nickelodeon. I mean, old school Nickelodeon. What is it? You can't do that on television.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they used to slime people. That's where that whole thing happened. And then Double Dare took it to the next level.
We've got a congratulations in order. We ran a poll on hashtag Family Smack.
Mm-hmm.
We included a couple teams on this poll that weren't really eligible for the Life Championship Bowl performance.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to congratulate the Georgia Bulldogs, who are our Life Champion Bowl performance.
Me personally, which I don't think I voted, primarily because I was in disgust over the actual true poll winner. Which was not eligible, and that was the Alabama Crimson Tide for their performance.
But I think that we need to give everybody a hand that actually voted for him. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
That Alabama's after that performance in that game, and there's still that much stick a knife in them.
I still can't, again, as an Alabama fan, I still can't help but be tickled by all of this horrible press that Saban is getting now. Even it seems like there's a lot of folks that have strong opinions about Paul Feinbaum one way or the other. I don't know if you listen to Feinbaum. I know you do.
Yeah.
There's been, even Feinbaum seems like he's kind of turned on him recently. Now, again, that may be part of the whole shtick because, love him or hate him, Alabama is it's almost kind of like the Donald Trump of the college football world.
Or the New England Patriots of the football world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it seems like we're going to have a conversation about that tonight, aren't we?
We are, and we're, I guess I need to hit these guys up. They're probably wondering where the fuck we are.
Where are they at? I'm here. I'm doing the damn thing.
Yeah, we are.
I'm talking to the microphone right now.
Let's see.
What is it? The New England Patriots, which I did a lot of research on this and found out there's not a town called New England.
There really isn't.
No.
I believe they mean Boston.
Yeah. Why don't they just call them the Boston Patriots?
We should have had Katie King on. She's a big Patriots fan.
Yes.
And she's back in hashtag Family Smack.
It's about damn time.
It really is. What's going on, Ryan?
Hey, what's going on? How's it going?
What's up, homie?
Pretty good. Let's see. Who else is here?
I'm here.
Alan's here.
Alan Foxworth is in the house.
Shit. Bob's not on.
Bob's relaxing. Bob's probably got a guitar in his hand right now, chilling.
Yeah.
He's that's a laid back dude right there.
He is jamming.
Yeah. What's going on, fellas? How y'all this evening?
It's cold as fucking balls.
Where's everybody calling from, real quick? Ryan, where are you calling from?
Right now, I'm calling from Des Moines, Iowa, man.
Shit, dude, it's cold as fuck up there.
No shit, they canceled work already.
Y'all are canceling a lot of things up there because it's colder there than it is in Antarctica right now. Mackenzie Brooks, who's a favorite on the show. She lives in that area too, and she posted some very disparaging things about the weather in Des Moines right now. Yeah, that's tough. It's cold as balls down here in Alabama for Alabama, and it's just right at freezing. So I mean, we got it really, really lucky tonight compared to what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a Super Bowl coming up, is what I keep hearing.
Yeah, I've heard it once, twice. I don't like one of the teams that's in it, but it is what it is.
Any of us do.
I mean, I thought you liked the Rams. What's your problem with the Rams, Alan?
I mean, I just don't like Jared Goff, and also fuck the Patriots as well.
Okay, so who is it that you don't like when you said you don't like one of the teams in? I was actually assuming.
I think it's the Patriots. Yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be the universal.
I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan too, so there's a little more hate right at the moment. It's dwelling deep. So yeah, fuck the Patriots.
Were you a Rams fan when they were in St. Louis?
No.
Well, that's the only time. That's the only time they actually did something, though.
Yeah,
they actually won the Super Bowl from St. Louis.
True.
And they ain't done fucking shit from L.A. ever.
Yeah.
Have they? It's so weird to have the Chargers in L.A. Is it not?
There's no point to that. I don't even get it. But they can't even sell. They're at a soccer stadium that seats 25,000, and most of those 25,000 are fans of other teams.
You're talking about the Chargers?
The Chargers,
yeah. I swear, 5,000. Most of the people that show up, or with the Raiders show up, it's silver and black. The whole place.
Yeah.
Any team that shows up dominates their stadium. It's not home field advantage whatsoever for the Chargers.
Wow. And as an Alabama fan, I just can't fathom that. Seriously, that's completely unfathomable to me. Even UAB shows up better than that.
I'm a Raider fan. When they played in San Diego, we used to show up and totally black out their stadium in San Diego. I mean, they really never had a dominant fan base anywhere.
So you're a Raiders fan. How do you feel about them going to Vegas in 20?
I like it. The reason why is because there's no state tax, and this generation loves to keep their money. It's a hotbed for free agents.
There ain't nothing wrong with keeping your money, no.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Especially when there's not really much to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive to go to a game these days. It's expensive to go to a fucking high school game.
It's expensive to leave the house.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Especially if you're headed toward the grocery store.
Yeah, oh God. Don't even talk let's not talk about Walmart tonight.
Are you mad at Walmart?
A little bit. The snowpocalypse went to get some bread, and you already know how that went.
Shannon,
did you get in a fight with somebody for the last loaf of bread, Shannon?
No, but I will tell you this. I went a couple months ago, and I had to run in. I had to get formula. We were almost out of formula where she was sucking down the last bottle, so it was kind of a critical moment. And I run to Walmart, grab the formula, get in line. There's two people in front of me. One lady is at the register already doing her thing. One lady is behind her and looks like she's in a fast food uniform. So she just got off work. She looks like, she's ready to get to the house too.
Right.
So we're standing there, just kind of doing our thing. And I'm scrolling on Facebook on the phone, the whole bit. And this lady starts fussing with this guy at the cash register, something about 50 cents. And I mean, it's just having a fucking fit about the 50 cents. So I don't say anything. It's not my business. That's between them. No big deal. I'm a mind your business kind of guy when you're out in public. So you never know who's going to shoot you with a gun.
Right.
So I'm just, kind of standing there minding my business. So the lady that's in front of me in the fast food, uniform, she reaches in her purse and gets 50 cents out and says, "Ma'am, if this is over 50 cents, here's 50 cents right here." The lady looked at her and said, "This ain't your business. You need to mind your business. My business is with him. Did I talk to you?" And I mean, just like starts going off on this lady, and the lady's like embarrassed and doesn't really say much, and she's kind of looking down, and this lady's just talking any old way she wants to. I fucking lost it, and you know how I get. I got like the good old days, and everybody in Walmart, or at least the front part of that store, heard my voice. And basically told her to get the fuck on. I can't believe I didn't tell you this story. Told her to get the fuck on and so on and so forth. Who do you think you are? And I said, I'm a man that needs to get the fuck out of Walmart right now. I got to quit held up the formula and I got a crying baby at home. So you need to get the fuck on. Oh, you going to talk to me like that, blah, blah, this. I'm going to put you on Facebook Live. I said, you need to fucking do it. Go ahead and put your, and this lady seriously pulls her phone out and starts filming some kind of Facebook
Damn,
Live.
I wish we could find that shit.
So at this point, Walmart employees are starting to gather by the register. The lady finally kind of just saunters off because I'm still over there dog cussing her. The other lady in front of me finally goes in. When I finally get up to the guy that's working the register, he kind of, the lady had kind of sauntered off at this point. He's like, "Man, I'm so glad you said something to her because she's been standing up here for like 30 minutes with this shit." And apparently, come to find out from some of the staff, she does it to every single one of the people up there. So I don't know if she's done it since then. Maybe I did something good for
Why
the
don't they
community.
ban? Why don't they ban her? Just
because Walmart loves that money.
fuck that. It costs a lot of money to do business.
It costs a lot of money to have to find new employees that won't want to put up with some shit like that.
Exactly.
I definitely won't put up with it. I'll quit on the spot and let somebody know right then and there about where they can take their fucking ass.
Montana. Hey, Marino. Great game, man. Oh, thanks. A draw play in the second quarter. Great choice.
You make a choice because it feels right.
Can I buy you one? It's the least you can do.
Diet Pepsi, 100% NutraSweet.
Here you go. Don't drop it.
100% taste.
See you, Dan. Joe, next year, I'm buying.
Diet Pepsi, the 1-calorie choice of a new generation.
know you are now listening to Smacking Off the podcast. Our next segment will be starting soon. Please stand by.
Smacking Off invites you to join us on the podcast. If you have an opinion on an upcoming game, some commentary on your conference, or want to roll with one of your fellow smackers on air, hit us up. You can message us at the Smacking Off or X's and O's Facebook pages, email me at maddenshannon@toothfairy.com, or call us on the Smack line, 304-508-BAIT. And as always, fuck your team.
Okay, we got some bad news. I think Bob must be in jail or something.
Oh, God, I knew that was going to happen.
Bob has never not shown up.
Is he a sex offender?
No.
Okay. I'm just curious.
But Bob may be in jail because...
Well, if he's a sex offender, there's a good chance he's in jail. I'm not saying he is a sex offender, but he has that look about him.
There he is, see?
Yeah. I don't want to take candy from that guy. He's gonna touch my hole. My manhole.
All right, I'm gonna ring him one more time.
Well, shit. What are we gonna talk about if Bob don't come on? I guess we'll just talk about Bob.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
Bob's there. Bob.
What's up?
What's going on? No, don't say anything about Bob now. He's on, guys.
Okay, Bob. Right for the record, though, just to go ahead and clear things up, you are not a sex offender, correct?
I am not correct.
Or, excuse me, registered. I know you're a sex offender, but a registered sex offender. I mean, nothing. Okay, not registered. Excellent.
All right, man.
Ladies, there's still a chance.
Yep, we've been talking. There's a Super Bowl coming up. God damn it.
Dank Rams.
53 fucking Super Bowls.
Yeah, there's been 53 of them so
and
far.
I was born...
You were born what? You're 60 now, right?
No. I was born, I'm going to say Super Bowl... When was the first Super Bowl? 66?
Yeah.
I guess I was born in the year of Super Bowl 5.
Super Bowl 5. I would have been...
So you were born a year after the Chiefs won their first and only one. Well, congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
how's this going down, fellas? Let's talk about this.
We know how it's going down.
Oh, come on now. Let's.
New England ain't going to lose 2 in a row.
Shit, of course they are.
No, listen. I will say this:
they had a tough time getting in this year.
if any team's going to beat
They
New
needed some
England, it's
help.
going to be the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, because their team is set up for a team like New England with Ndamukong Suh and Donald, and they got Fowler, and their secondary is good enough where they can spread them out and contain the Gronkowski and Edelman. Fuck Hogan, he's trash, but they can contain Gronkowski and Edelman. I mean, it's Tom Brady. Really, what can you do to Tom Brady?
He's the GOAT.
But I think Donald, being one of the best defense players,
Inflated balls or deflated
He
balls,
doesn't
he
really.
is the GOAT.
He doesn't look like he did, just 3 years ago. Really.
Well, yeah, but he's like 70 years old now. I mean,
I know, and he's still playing, and he's still like pulling. He can still pull a play out
still
of his
playing
ass.
like the fucking GOAT. Yeah.
But he don't look quite right. But it's still better than most.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, kind of like Jordan on the back end of his career. Yeah.
Oh, Jordan could still go out and probably score 15 points.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah, he could probably go out and score 15 points right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an asshole.
Is he really?
I've heard a lot of people.
Yeah, Jordan is
like
asshole.
one of the
Huge
biggest.
gambling problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's the best shit
he don't
talker
like white
ever
folks
played
either.
in
He's not a big fan of white folks.
Charles Barkley has the reputation of being an asshole, but it's really Jordan.
I've met Charles Barkley, and he's fucking cool as shit.
He really is.
Yeah.
I love Charles Barkley.
When Barkley threw somebody through a window in Orlando?
He did.
That was hilarious, dude.
But seriously though, and you think about that for a second, you're sitting there trying to enjoy your evening. You got some drunk asshole's gonna come up and start talking some shit. Charles, has had that reputation of being a bad boy, but quite frankly, he's really not. I mean, you got to go in there and start some shit, which is what the guy did, and Sir Charles just finished it. That's all.
Right, and he got a payday. The guy did.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what that was all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was younger, if I'd have spotted Charles out, I'd have probably went and fucked with him, so I could have got a payday.
Well, and that's why it was funny when I bumped in, because I literally bumped into him at a gas station over down 280, which is the more affluent part of town.
Mm-hmm.
There's the big Shoal Creek Country Club down there, of which he's a member. And he, I guess he's getting gas or whatever, and as he's walking in, I'm walking out, and I don't know, it's just he stopped for a second, and I stopped, and we kind of stared at each other. And I just blurted it out. Holy shit, you're Charles Barkley. And he looked embarrassed. He looked almost like, oh, fuck. So he kind of looks down, which surprisingly enough, he's not as big as you think he is. I always thought he'd be this huge, massive, towering giant. He's a little taller than me, but not really, like.
How tall is Charles Barkley? Anybody?
Like 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, he's 6'4".
Hey, Bob, Andrea is requesting that you become louder. Go ahead and get your megaphone out.
Plug your amp in. Plug your amp and get on the microphone and put some reverb in it. We can barely hear you, Robert.
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit, kinda.
Oh, what about now?
It's sorta. I don't know. What are you on?
I'm on an iPad.
Oh, there's your problem right there. Fucking Steve Jobs.
Yeah, iPad.
Yeah, iPad. They don't want you to do cool Android stuff. You need to come over to the dark side with us. Android's where it's at. Bunch of free everything.
Just.
All right.
Is it better now?
Yeah, sorta.
We can hear you.
Just whatever.
So what is it they want to do?
It was Andrea was the one that asking, and I really don't give a fuck if Andrea can hear you or not. But I want to hear you. I'm just kidding, Andrea. God, don't be like that.
What was that, Bob?
What were they asking?
They were asking if they could hear you better. I can hear you a little bit better now.
Okay. So I hope it's better now.
All right, Bob. You go ahead and tell us what's going to happen in this game.
Since I've already outed you as a sex offender. Yeah.
Well, I think the Patriots are going to win. I think you give the best coach that ever lived 2 weeks to prepare for a game, and he's going to find out whatever weaknesses that he sees in the Rams. He's going to exploit them, and the Patriots are going to win. The Rams have a chance because they can give you pressure up the middle without blitzing, because it's the only pressure that matters on Tom Brady's up the middle. If you blitz him from the edges, he's just going to pick you apart. But I don't think it's enough. Patriots win 38-35.
38-35 in a close contest. I like it. Ryan Janssen, talk to me.
All right. I think statistically, I don't know. All right, I'm going to pick the Patriots, but I'm going to tell you why it makes no goddamn sense. The Patriots, here's the matchup. The battle of the offensive line for the Patriots, they're third in the NFL in protecting the quarterback. Now, Donald, Sue, you got all them. Donald has 87 pressures, which is an unbelievable number. 20.5 sacks, who obviously leads the NFL. The dude is nuts. But here's the thing Tom Brady and the Patriots do best, and this is the matchup that I also like, is going to be James White against the nickelbacks and linebackers, because Brady's new Wes Welker is James White. He loves to pitch the ball to James White and nickel and dime the fuck out of you. And then when you start figuring that out, he's going to go deep field. You got to double team Edelman, and when you do that, you're going to leave Gronk open. And if you leave Gronk open, you got to deal with Dorsett over there. I mean, it's just too many weapons. And then not even bring that, but you got Patterson in the mix. I mean, you got 3 different running backs we're talking about: Devlin, Burkhead, and Sony Michel. I mean, there's too many weapons for the Rams to even overcome. It's unbelievable.
So what's the score?
We're going 27-24. Patriots win.
This is a tight contest all around. I like it.
Alan.
What? Oh, it's my turn. Well, like I said, I mean, I agree with the pressure and the offensive line of the Patriots, because a stat a lot of people don't know is the Chiefs led the league in sacks this year with 52, which is pretty good, pretty high number. They didn't even get close enough to touch Tom Brady, and then one time they did almost touch him. They got a rough and passing penalty. But to counter the argument about James White, like, yes, he is the guy that you have to watch out for. But along that fact, why I say the Rams are the most suited to handle them, because they have so many athletes on the defensive backfield. When you got a Akeem Talib's going to be covering up on, Edelman, and you have Marcus Peters, he'll be floating around. And you have Joyner as a safety, and then you look in the linebacker spot, and you got Mark Barron, Roll Tide, and you got the nickel corner, Robbie Coleman, who's getting a lot of press right now because apparently he gets away with pass interferences. I feel that the Rams can contain the Patriots' offense a little better than the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have no defense. But again, it's Tom Brady. This is his 9th Super Bowls. This guy's about to win more Super Bowls than any franchise has won, or as many as any franchise has won, which is even hard to fathom.
Is he going for a 6th Super Bowl win?
They stole Aikman's brain. It's in Troy Aikman NFL football from Trade West. So now you can play the way Troy plays, with Troy's own favorite plays. Call Troy's 2-point conversion. Use Troy's exclusive general manager screen to build a Super Bowl champion. They stole Aikman's brain. It's in Troy Aikman NFL football at Kmart. Who would do such a thing?
Our audio-only podcast is hosted at podcastgarden.com/podcast/smackingoff, or find us on Google Play Music or on iTunes.
If he wins the 6th, he'll have as many as the Steelers and the 49ers have in their entire career at being a team, and he's one man about to win 6. That doesn't even make no sense. He just needs to retire. Yeah. But I mean, if I was to pick right now, even though I hate and despise it, I'm going to say this: the Patriots are going to win. I mean, I think we're all just go ahead and just admit this fact. Hopefully, it won't happen, but I see the Patriots winning 31-24.
I like this because this kind of reminds me of the national championship game and everybody picking Alabama. And it's like, yeah, fuck it, it's not going to happen. Alabama, just go and give them the trophy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, the Patriots did lose last year. It's hard to visualize the Patriots dropping 2 Super Bowls in a row. But
it could happen, though.
I mean, again,
Patriots had they had a scary ride to get where they were at.
And Brady is definitely not what he was 3 years ago.
True. But Brady, not being what he was 3 years ago, is still light years better than just about every
Still good enough to win the AFC, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that Nick or Robbie Coleman coming out yesterday and saying that age has taken its toll on Brady, that was about the dumbest thing you can possibly say. Like, I don't understand. That's like anyone other than Clemson talking shit about Alabama, and Alabama goes and beats them by 50. Like, why do you got to give that man any fuel? Why are you going to try to tug on his chain and say, hey, man, you ain't nothing. You're a joke. It's like, okay, well, when he's hoisting the trophy for the 6th fucking time, y'all just go ahead and sit down and eat some popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, it's a position he's used to being in.
Tell me this. I know that any of you guys know more about the NFL than I do. When did Belichick go to New England? Was that 2000?
Yeah, that's about right.
99 or 2000.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls has he been to? Is this
right after Peter? No.
Is this his 10th Super Bowl? Or not?
This is 9. All
Nine.
of his has been with Tom Brady.
So he is 5-4 in Super Bowls?
5-3 right now.
Okay. Yes.
He's going for 6-3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Just to be able to get to the Super Bowl on that consistent of a basis.
If you remember, he signed with the Jets to be their coach, and then backed out at the beginning of the season. Went to the Patriots. There was a big scandal in those days.
I remember that. That was all wrapped up in the Big Tuna had brought him in. He was general manager, was he not?
Yes, and he had coached under Parcells since like 82 or 83, and going back to the Giants, so he had Super Bowls as a coordinator with the Giants as well too. But yeah, the Jets feel that the Patriots stole Belichick from him, so therefore that's part of their never-ending animosity.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Anybody that has not seen the what's it called? The Tale of Two Bills? Is that what it was called? The 30 for 30 about Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells was one of the best 30 for 30s I've ever seen.
But even though it's the Patriots, I think we also do need to talk about the Rams. Sean McVay being 32 years old, and I saw a stat earlier that said, him and Jared Goff is the youngest quarterback coach. That's like, I think he said 52 years, 57 years combined age. Like, that's almost as old as Tom Brady is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the youngest coach in NFL history. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. He'll obviously be back. He's got God knows how long to coach. He's already had a Super Bowl within his 3rd year at the Rams, and he's 32 years old. He was playing college football against Julian Edelman when Julian Edelman was a 5'5" quarterback for Kent State. So,
how old was Gruden when he won his first Super Bowl? He's only won one Super Bowl, has he not?
2004. Or 2003.
Gruden was young, and then Mike Tomlin was younger when he won his.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin was like 35 when he won his.
I knew Gruden was young.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin.
This is the exact quote from the LA Rams cornerback, Nickel Roby Coleman. Age has definitely taken a toll. For him to still be doing it, that's a great compliment for him. But I think he's definitely not the same quarterback he was. Movement, speed, velocity, arm strength, he can still sling it, but he's not slinging it as much. Whatever he was doing, because of his age and all that, he's not doing as much of that anymore. He's still doing the same things, he's just not doing as much of it. And sometimes it's not the sharpest, but it still gets done.
Well,
that's the exact quote.
You've got Bill Belichick there, and he knows what Tom Brady's capable of. And Bill Belichick is going to get in. I mean, Bill Belichick's going to adjust his offense to fit what Brady can do.
He's got a heck of a running back in Michelle as well.
Yeah.
I was about to say, but can we all ignore that there's 2 Georgia running backs in the Super Bowl? Can we just pretend that's not a thing?
Let's ignore
Yeah, that's yeah.
How did Georgia not win not even win the SEC with those 2? That's insane. Sonny Michel and Gurley, they couldn't even win the SEC.
We'll talk about that some other time. We're going to leave it.
Fuck Georgia, but let's go ahead and throw this out there. Before you guys come on, we went ahead and announced that Georgia is our Life Champion Bowl performance recipients.
They won something first time in
38
years.
Right, exactly. For their loss against Texas.
Then again, look, Herman may be for real though. I didn't have a really good feeling about him going into the season. I've been very a very vocal opponent of, I guess you could say. Of,
they looked for real that night.
Yeah, well, they looked for real pretty much most of the season.
They had 4 losses.
They beat Oklahoma, though.
He impressed with Houston. He did a lot at Houston. I think that's what pretty much led him to get the Texas job.
But how did they lose 4 games? How did that? And who did they lose to? They got in some horse races they couldn't keep up in. I think did Okie State beat them?
Yeah, little brother.
Mm-hmm. They beat all the decent teams they played. They beat USC. Well, I don't know how
They
good.
just lost because of bad clock management. Is really what it was. It was all last second plays. I can't remember them getting blown out. I mean, maybe.
I want to say they kept it close and all of their losses.
They did lose their second.
Kept it close in quite a few of their
They
wins,
lost
too.
for the second straight year to a pretty bad Maryland team.
Yeah, they're.
Ooh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, they got Loxley back, so we'll see how that works
Not just
out.
a bad Maryland team, but one on which the coach was either headed to prison or ready to be fired.
Is he in prison?
They had some pretty egregious penalties there. What went on, and then not to mention the player died, and him not showing any empathy.
Yeah.
So they, the fact that they lost them,
Hey, didn't Saban hire him?
What's that?
He was hanging around Tuscaloosa for a day.
Yeah, it got really loud too. The actual
was that before the national championship game?
I believe it was.
We can blame it on the one dude then.
Yep.
What's his name?
Oh God, you would have to quiz me on this. If you'd asked me like 3 days ago, I could have told you right off the top of my head.
Replace that guy for the national.
I was about to ask Doug and Shannon how they felt about Sarkisian being the offensive coordinator.
For recruiting purposes, I think that he needs to eat boogers behind closed doors from here on out.
He's not a bad offensive coach though. Like everyone's saying,
he's a great offensive coach.
He is an
stats.
Let me go and break this down for you real quick.
Freeman got hurt. Yeah, you lost to Devontae Freeman. That's your run game. You lose the run game.
No, but they still had top 5 offense. Like it wasn't like they just dropped off
Matt Ryan. That's why Matt Ryan put up those super stupid numbers.
Well, I mean you have Julio Jones and now Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. Look at Calvin Ridley's numbers. Ridley was impressive.
Well, look. Let me break it down for you though. Sarkisian he coached in one game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And that one game, this was his big debut, was the fucking national championship. Can you imagine how hot that fucking spotlight was? I mean, for him to
the game from a pick play and Bo Scarborough getting hurt.
Absolutely. The offense was clicking in that game. The offense did exactly what they needed to do. We were able to keep up the pace of the game. We just got outpaced in the end. I mean, that's the way that went down. I think he did a remarkable job for the fact that was his very first coaching or OC position game at Alabama.
And his
national championship.
His numbers wasn't really that bad at Atlanta either.
No, that's what I'm saying. They had a top 5 offense. I mean, like you said, with Matt Ryan, you're always going to have a top 5.
They were improving down the stretch. Yeah.
As long as the offensive line is healthy, and the offensive line was healthy, which allowed Matt Ryan to put up his numbers. Because, I mean, when the offensive line in Atlanta shot, that's the reason why they missed the playoffs so many times. Yeah. They had great players. Like, remember, what was it, 2015? They started off 6-0, and then the offensive line got hurt, and then the Falcons just went nowhere. They couldn't win a game on the road. They just it was the game against the Saints. The Saints destroyed them. Everybody picked them apart after the Saints game. The line got hurt, and the Falcons just went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Men, watch Joe Namath get creamed. Let not see my cream your face, so the razor won't. Let not see my cream your face, so the razor don't.
The closer you shave, the more you need creamy, soothing, medicated Noxzema.
Let Noxzema cream your face, so the razor don't.
Please visit smackingoff.com for all of your smacking off needs.
I seen something about the Atlanta mayor putting up a billboard for the Saints fans. Did y'all hear about that?
We'll save you some to-go plate.
I hadn't heard about that. Yeah. What was this about?
Who was it that just told what the sign was? Go ahead and tell it, because I don't remember the word for words.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Facebook earlier, and it said if you're hungry, we'll save you some to-go plates or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording
For the Saints fans.
But yeah, they're just calling
if there's
out
any Saints fans here.
They had a billboard last week that said, it had because the Saints had put up a "We got robbed," and then Atlanta had put up a sign that says "Get over it." It's like
Atlanta's pretty hardcore.
That was hilarious. Dude.
Atlanta and New Orleans is kind of like Alabama and Auburn there.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty much hatred.
You can have a much better time in New Orleans than you can in Atlanta. Atlanta's like a big shopping mall these days.
They got a big airport.
Kill everybody around you.
Yeah, I mean,
Atlanta is not what it used to be at all. Atlanta used to be a fun city back when I was a kid, but nowadays it's just not what it used to be.
Yeah, it seems like the last time I went, it was just, I don't know, it's just that it gentrified to the hilt.
I'm embarrassed to say this.
I ever go to Atlanta is to watch the Braves, but I can't even do that now because the new stadium is right in the fucking middle of everything. So it's like I don't even want to deal with traffic to get to it.
I'm embarrassed to say
in Atlanta is not as near as bad as people say it is.
I have no idea. Where is the Super Bowl this year?
Up in you.
Wait, what? What do we say? Where's the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Atlanta. It's in Atlanta.
Well, I'll be down.
That's why we're talking about Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Full circle. Look at that.
I knew. No, we were talking about Atlanta because of what the mayor did, which probably had something to do with the Super Bowl actually being there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he was insinuating that maybe some Saints fans had headed over a little early.
Yeah. No, they weren't there.
They probably weren't.
Most of the Saints fans live in Kenner. Have you ever been in Kenner?
Mm-hmm.
There ain't much going on there.
Hey, now Shannon Russell's
say they got robbed,
fan.
but Drew
probably lives in Kenner
still
too.
threw an interception in overtime.
Yeah, you still blew it. I mean, that's on him.
That's the same thing with the Chiefs. D4 was offsides. He fucked it up. He lost the game for him, but he didn't lose the game for him. The defense allowed Tom Brady to take 5 plays and not cover fucking Edelman or Gronkowski and just let him drive down the field, which is why Bob Sutton is no longer defense coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
we knew that was coming. I mean, you look at the Chiefs, the only thing they're good at, the best stat that they have is rush defense, and they're like, what, ranked 25th? I mean, it's terrible.
Like I said, sacks is the only thing they're good at when you have Justin Houston.
Yeah, that's true. And when they're at home, they play lights out. They sack the quarterback. They're all that. I mean, on the road, it's a little different. It's a little different. But I like the hire, man. I would say I'm happy for you, but me being a Raider fan, that's a lie. It's a good hire, bro.
I'm pretty excited about Steve Spagnuolo, though. I mean, he did a decent job with the Giants with what he had.
Yeah, you guys really needed this bad. All that you guys needed was defense. There wouldn't even be no overtime. It would be handled. It would be handled.
I feel pretty good about Patrick Mahomes' future with the Chiefs.
I had a feeling that all you guys were going to pick New England. But here's an interesting question for each of you. What does the Rams, what do they got to do to pull this game off?
Kill,
that's what everybody
short of kill Tom Brady.
That's what everybody's interested in. Nobody gives a shit about.
I think you're right. You got to pressure this. It's a simple thing. You got to put pressure on Tom Brady. The other thing I like about the Rams in this matchup, what entertains me is that the Rams go out and run a 3 wide receiver set. Yeah. They average 9 yards a play when running that against a cover 1. Now the Patriots against a 3 wide receiver set always run a cover 1. And the Patriots are the best in the NFL in defending 3 wide receiver sets. Bro, it's an incredible matchup. It's an eye for an eye. That's why I said this game is going to be epic. The way they match up is unbelievable.
I'll give you 2 names for the Rams winning this game. It's C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley. If they can control it, but they can run for 270 yards like they did in the previous game. If they against the Cowboys, I think it was the Cowboys. But if they can run for 270 yards between those two, and keep Tom Brady off the field and wear that defense down for the Patriots, that's their best chance.
Exactly. I like how you said that, bro, because the Rams run that 11 personnel better than anybody in the NFL. The Patriots are 18th in the NFL in defending that 11 personnel. And most of those stats didn't come with C.J. Anderson. Now C.J. is here. And look what he's been doing. He has been the man that carried them through the first 2 games against Dallas, and then the second game, clearly against the Saints, and now Gurley is going to be healthy. So, wow, look out.
The Patriots have a running game, too. I mean, they got Sony Michel, they got James White.
Even Patterson's a running back.
Rush defense is really good, too, though.
Devlin, Burkhead. I mean, that's what I think. If I were them, what I would do is I put the big bodies up first. I put, run Burkhead, Devil in the first half. And I noticed they like to change running backs a little bit. So run Sony Michel a little bit more in the second half. Sony Michel runs great in I formation. So just keep on throwing passes. Then when they don't expect it, like against the Chiefs, run Sony Michel up the middle for an easy 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nickel and dime, but it gets you where you need to be.
Well, that's what they're probably going to have to do because they're going to try to offset the fact that the Rams could give pressure whether they blitz or not. When you got Sue and Darnold up front, that's the whole thing for the Rams. Do Sue and Darnold pressure Brady without needing to blitz? If they do that, the Rams have a chance. The rest is all ancillary. If they can't do that, it's game over, Patriots.
And like I said, this defensive backfield, I mean, the front seven for the Rams is stacked. But the defensive backfield is probably one of the best that the Patriots have seen all year. And when you got Talib, Nickel Robbie Coleman, and you got Marcus Peters, which we're not going to talk about him because he's a former Chief, and I'd never liked him. And you got Joyner in the safety spot. I mean, that's a lot of fucking speed and a lot of great press coverage. And that's the thing with Brady. You have to get on the receivers and jam them. You have to jam an Edelman because if you don't, he's going to dig 5 routes and fucking sit there and just wait for the ball because he knows it's coming because Julian Edelman is Tom Brady's lifeline. So if you jam him at the line and get some pressure on Brady, you might find it a little easier. Again, it's Tom Brady, and he's sold his soul to Satan and Saban or whoever he sold it to. He doesn't lose much. And when he does lose, it's usually on a last-second fucking 26-yard catch for the Giants or the Eagles. Miraculously, the only sack of the game, sacking him last year and getting that fumble at the end. Like if you're going to beat Brady, you're going to have to be expecting 60 minutes. You're not going to run through the Patriots and beat them by 20.
I agree. The Patriots, their philosophy is kind of like killing you with 1,000 cuts, just small cuts. And then typically they hit something big, or that's the way.
That's what they do. They're going to pick them apart. They're going to run little kick plays to the inside. They're going to look like Florida in the mid-'90s under Steve Spurrier. That's their whole game plan is for you to constantly watch for those rub plays, catching people like Edelman in space, and they're going to. That's what they're going to be trying to do is throw that off timing wise. But
But the main thing I think what I really like, why I keep on bringing up James White is because of this. Everybody said there is no better matchup to stop James White than the Chargers. Well, look how that turned out. They did many different things. They kept on going to Sony Michel. Sony Michel ran for 105 yards in the first half.
I don't know when the Chargers started putting 7 and 8 defensive backs out there. I mean, they were kind of just.
You didn't even try to do nothing on Brady. That was stupid. You should have just sat the box. I didn't get that.
If you got 7 defensive backs on the field, Brady's just going to sit there and wait for someone to get open. Like there's no pressure. I mean, I don't get that because the Chargers have Melvin Ingram, a fucking Bosa. But they have a great defense, and they weren't using it the way it should have been used.
They were protected against a deep threat that never materialized. See, what's another thing that people aren't talking about is Gronkowski is going to be out there, but he's not the Gronkowski of old. He's not going to beat anybody deep. The Patriots don't have a deep threat. They have to cause chaos short. So that was the whole mistake that they made was thinking that the Chargers, that is thinking that Gronkowski was a deep threat, and he wasn't anything but a decoy. And so it's game over.
I just really
it's like everybody just quit.
I really don't want them to win.
That's the thing. I mean, people.
What can we do to prevent the Patriots from winning?
I mean, I guess we could do a petition like Saints fans, and just say like, let's all form together and sue somebody. I don't know.
We could do this like Lord of the Rings, where they all had the Fellowship of the Ring and they cast the ring into the volcano.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think that's a good idea. I could be Frodo. You could be.
Should we go ahead and file a lawsuit against the refs?
I think so. I think we need to go and do it now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
we need to be proactive.
I don't want to talk about that either, about the refs, because, like I said, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. I don't blame the refs for Chiefs losing.
I'm shocked that we've had this whole conversation and haven't even brought up the blown calls.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
Näsli. I know you are now listening to Smacking Off the podcast. Our next segment will be starting soon. Please stand by.
But
during the playoffs.
against the Patriots, if you go back and look at the film, D Ford was offsides 6 times. Okay, 6 times. Like, he was even offsides in the fucking Pro Bowl Sunday, okay? This motherfucker was offside 6 times.
He plays the whole entire game offsides.
Until Tom Brady threw an interception. And they didn't even throw the flag until the interception was
I get what you're saying, man, but I've seen the footage of the referee actually celebrating when New England scored that time. Y'all remember that video that circulated?
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. And man, I don't need to hear anything else. I know the refs. I know they're paying the refs. Goddamn it.
Now about the Saints and the Rams game, there's 2 things that the refs were saying and that officials said. They said the ball was tipped at the line. When you look at it, it may have been tipped. It may have not been tipped. But even Nickel Robbie Coleman said, man, he did an interview. He said, I turned around expecting a flag. He said they didn't throw a flag. You know, I went back to the huddle and I didn't say nothing. It's like, yeah, because you just got away with one. But again, even in that game, the Saints can't say, oh, that lost us the game. No, Drew Brees looking like a rookie quarterback, throwing an air ball, like just straight up into the air and getting intercepted lost you the game.
That and not getting 7s at the beginning of the game and getting 3s out of it. I mean, you got to confirm.
3 threes when you're in the red zone 3 times, yeah. That'll kill you.
I'm a little out of the loop. Does Merlin Olsen still play for the Rams?
Merlin Olsen.
Did y'all ever see, man, this was the funniest shit I ever seen. Did y'all ever see when Ron Burgundy interviewed Peyton Manning?
No.
It was a promo.
Yeah,
it was a promo for the new Ron Burgundy movie that come out about 4 years ago or so, the Anchorman 2. But he asked Peyton Manning, and you could tell Peyton Manning did not know. He didn't know what Ron Burgundy was. I guess he knew who Will Ferrell was, but he was not prepared for this interview because he asked him. He said, "I just got to ask, what is it like to get sacked by Merlin Olsen?" And Peyton Manning sat there for a second. He said, "I'm pretty sure that I was like 2 years old when Merlin Olsen retired." But I thought I would die.
Mark Barron's on the Rams, so roll tide.
Yep, roll tide.
He's a linebacker nowadays.
So, yeah, that's what we got Alan here for. Tell us what's the Tide connection in this Super Bowl, other than
like I said,
Barron.
You got Mark Barron. There's really not as many as you would think. Dante Hightower, of course.
Right.
As far as like starters, that's really off the top of my head. All I can think is Mark Barron and Dante Hightower.
Robert, what's the UK connection in the Super Bowl?
Shoot, I don't know if there's a UK player in that game.
Is there UK players in the NFL nowadays?
Oh yeah, there's a few. There's 6 or 7.
Ryan,
there'll be one next year, top 5 pick, no doubt.
Hey Ryan, what's the FSU connection in the Super Bowl?
What's that Keith Sweat said? Nobody. We don't got nobody in the goddamn Super Bowl. This is an embarrassment. Yeah.
Well,
we're not going to ask about Georgia. We already know who's in there for Georgia.
Fuck Georgia.
Yeah.
Fuck Georgia.
But another video that was pretty funny, I don't know if you saw it, it's relating to the Mannings. Did y'all see the video of Cooper Manning with Baker Mayfield, and they were taking shots at Hugh Jackson? That shit was funny as hell.
No, huh?
Yes.
When that come out? When that come out?
Last week.
I'm gonna YouTube that.
Yes, because he said, because Coop Manning was like, anything the Manning brothers touches is gold, and Baker's like, yeah, the other brothers. And then he was like, wait, he's like, if you don't like Kitchens, you can leave. He's like, oh, I love Kitchens. He's like, it's better than Jackson. He's like, anything's better than Hugh. It's like, damn, that's fucked up. Y'all just throwing shade at your former coach like that because Freddie Kitchens is the head coach for the Browns now. Roll Tide.
Yep.
Even though he's the worst quarterback in Alabama history.
He was great against
He wasn't the worst in the Alabama history. Nobody could ever know that.
Let me change that. He's the worst in my lifetime.
Who, Freddie?
Okay.
No. Shula had some.
I mean, him or Brody Kroll is like.
Well, Brody Kroll actually went and played pro for a little while.
I know he was with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, Freddie Kitchens.
When I say my lifetime, you got to remember I'm only like 29. So
you're only like 29.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You're really 28 or you're really 30?
I'm really almost 30.
Pushing 30. Yeah, he's pushing 30.
Yeah, I got you.
All
right, we took the sting out of the end of our segment. So here's to predict. Here's what we're going to talk about now. New England's going to win. Does Tom Brady retire after this?
No.
Or does he keep playing until he's just completely pathetic and New England?
They asked him in an interview the other day and said, "What's the chance of you retiring if you win?" He said 0% chance.
Yep.
What I'm hearing is Devin McCourty, the safety for the Patriots, is talking about retiring, and there's a lot of buzz saying Gronk may retire.
Now, how old is Belichick? What is he like? Is he 70? Oh, is he 64? Shit, he's younger than Saban.
He's, I think Brady and Belichick are about the same age.
That's so weird that Belichick. It's weird that Belichick is younger than Saban because he's kind of Saban's mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at pictures of Belichick, which he was in Tuscaloosa, in the off season last year,
he's changing.
And he looks a lot older than Saban.
Exchanging
Saban
ideas
doesn't look like a young guy, but he looks a lot older.
He's a young 60. What is he? 66? Is he 66 now?
66.
Yeah, he's getting on up there.
Yeah, he's a young 66. But
I wonder if Nick needs to take a pill to get hard.
Nah.
But I think Brady is the quarterback.
He didn't get hard after the Clemson game.
He probably hasn't been hard since the Clemson game. If you want to get down to it.
Well, if that was Bear, he would have went home and beat his wife.
Bear would have got drunk. He would have forgot it. He would have forgot the next day that he even coached the football game the day before.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure Saban wishes he could have pulled that off as well.
Yeah. Saban doesn't strike me as a drinker.
I think they were drinking that night.
Yeah.
There was some drinking going on.
Drinking to forget.
Or no, they were drinking before the fucking game.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah. Doing
players were
early
too.
Celebrating. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. So Tom Brady is not going to retire. New England's going to win. And that's just all there is to it. If you're listening and that upsets you, fuck you. It's been ordained by this is our Super Bowl panel here. This is our esteemed Super Bowl panel. Ryan, Janssen, Robert Arthur, and Alan Foxworth.
Yeah,
sorry,
Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy.
That's what I always want to call him.
You might be a redneck.
It crossed my mind. I was going to call him Alan Foxworthy.
I've only heard it like 5 billion times. It's not.
And Bob Arthur is not a registered sex offender for all of us listeners.
Not a registered.
Right.
Smart.
And Alan Foxworth is not a Hindi, by the way.
I am not a Hindi. I am not.
You thought he was a Hindi?
No, Steve Unger come in earlier,
looking
at this picture, and he said, "God damn, the cast of Big Bang Theory is looking old."
You know, I've still yet to watch a complete full episode of Big Bang.
He said, "Which one's the Indian? Where's the Indian guy at?" And I told him that this was him.
If you want to talk about embarrassing, UK is up 45-15 over Vandy at the half.
I think Vandy's going to come back.
Yeah,
You know what's more embarrassing? Alabama beat UK in basketball this year.
I don't remember it.
Anchors down.
Later.
Why do they say anchors down?
Anchors down because they're Commodores.
The Man Lake.
Commodores are kind of like
the Commodores. They had that one song. She's a brick house.
They had another one too. Easy like Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, that's it. I want to be high.
Yeah.
So high. I want to be free to know the things I do all right.
That was
I want to be free. Jill.
That was a great black Southern rock. They were a great Southern rock band.
I really like the Faith No More cover of that one too.
Easy Lights Anymore.
Yeah, very very faithful cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did they do? God damn it, they did some good songs.
Who? Faith No More?
No.
Oh.
The
Commodores. I don't like
Hey,
that.
somebody's trying to get approval on the hashtag Family Smack, guys.
Who is it?
I don't know. It says Destin Castillo. He's got a cool name.
Fuck it, let him in.
I think he's already in.
Let him in, but go ahead and warn him.
Let's get Smack Jesus
Warn him.
back in there. Come on.
Fuck Smack Jesus.
Come on, dude. I don't know why you keep fighting me on
we
this.
don't need no Smack Jesus. Why?
Where is he at? I have not seen it. Is he officially banned from every single
He's in
Smack
jail.
group? Like in real jail?
Probably.
He's in the cell with Bubba.
Maybe. Well, what can we say now?
If Smack Jesus were to go to jail, what would it be for? Let's start a betting pool.
Well,
I'm gonna go with drugs right out of the gate.
Maybe.
Since we are talking about NFL, I want to ask Ryan something. Since his Raiders got a really, really high draft pick, who do you want them to get in the first round? If you had to pick, they're going to get defensive player. We already know that. Would you want Quentin Williams?
I want Quentin Williams, Josh Allen, and Nick Bosa, but you know what? That's not going to happen. So we're left with this. Basically, White from LSU and a possible Ed Oliver. It sounds weird, but the Raiders run a 4-3 base.
Yeah,
and we need to apply pressure on quarterbacks, opposing quarterbacks. The Ed Oliver is next to Quentin Williams, in my opinion, in the draft out of Houston. The guy's really good. It just we got to see how he performs in the combine.
You're not high on Bosa though.
What's that?
They say you're not high on Bosa. I know he hasn't played much this year, but
I can't. He's gone. Bosa's gone. Josh Allen and Quentin Williams are all gone. So it's going to be White or it's going to be Ed Oliver is another good example of somebody we could get. This is pretty much like that. I wouldn't even draft a defensive end. There's so many elite pass rushers in this draft. I mean, we can go get it with 3 picks.
But I'm seeing a lot of people, the first pick for the Raiders, saying Greedy Williams, and I'm like, no, you got to get somebody front 7. I don't think you
got it. No, Greedy Williams ain't gonna work, man.
Who's the first defensive player picked?
It's going to be between Bosa or Williams.
Bosa or Williams, yeah. I still think they probably give it to Bosa.
I think so. Just
no love for Josh Allen.
Like pedigree.
Yeah. But they're both injury prone, so I mean, you never know. Joey and Nick are both injury prone. They've proven that, so I don't know, man.
Fair enough. All right, well,
I'd like Quentin Williams if it's possible. That would be my pick. I just love to do it.
Hell, I've even seen people say that Kyler Murray could be the first pick. If he's the first pick, I'm just quitting football. I'm just going to quit football.
Right?
I'm done.
I'm done with it.
Timothy's just joking.
I mean, because the coach for Arizona had made a comment when he was still with Texas Tech that if he had the first pick in the draft, he would take Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray is a different kind of player. I was like, yeah, he's like 5'2", so he's little, but
yeah, it's some of the passes that I saw him make when they had the camera pan to the side, where he kind of does that little jump up, to throw the ball. It was just so cute. It's like every single time I was like, oh, yeah, but Tebow did it. When Tebow did it, it was a little trick that he was doing. Kyler did it because that was the only way he was getting that pass off.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear?
And for him to just do that flat-footed and throw where he was throwing in the numbers.
If Timothy was here right now, he'd be having a field day. Kyler Murray is the greatest athlete in the history of sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, just like with Tim Tebow, though, just because you're great in college does not translate into success in the NFL.
Tim Tebow is the gayest quarterback in the history of sports.
You really think Tim Tebow's a gay man, don't you?
I think he is. I think that he definitely didn't he?
Didn't you see his new hot fiance he's got?
I did. He got tired of hearing about him being gay.
Kind of like David Bowie when he married. Who did he marry? Didn't he marry like Grace Jones or somebody? No, Iman. Grace Jones. Oh man, that would have been a great couple though.
Yeah, it would.
David Bowie and Grace Jones.
They would have collaborated.
I would do coke with him and watch them have sex.
That
Why
would
not?
have been a better collaboration than John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
True.
All right, guys.
That's the thing that really kills it for me. In the Dirty Night, Yoko Ono.
I agree, guys. We appreciate you coming on.
Having this, man. Good night.
Find Smacking Off the podcast on YouTube, at Podcast Garden, Google Play Music, and iTunes. Make sure to check out the 9 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday and Friday Facebook Live episodes at #FamilySmack.